Whack 100 reveals that Adam22 was picked up by the feds in connection to the whole Rolling 60 Big U Rico joint. You know what I'm saying? This happened, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Actually, 2 days ago. Or not yesterday. I can't remember. You know what I mean? But it was yesterday. As of today, there's more updates on it, and we're about to go to our man Poetic Flacco to get that info. Shout out to Flacco. Let's get right into it.
The feds recently visited Adam22, and before they left, they had a very frightening message for Big U. Since the arrest of Big U, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, and other Rolling 60 members, Adam22 is officially the first public figure to come forward and admit the feds paid him a visit regarding this Big U RICO. The Big U RICO indictment include charges of bank fraud, wire fraud, human trafficking, murder, extortion, more specifically the murder of Rayshawn Williams. But when the feds pulled up on Adam, they really had no interest in none of what we just talked about. They actually had interest in something that we didn't know at all that the feds were looking into Big U for. And we have to date back a little bit, about a year or so, to really review what's going on here. You see, about a year ago, Loose Cannon did an interview on No Jumper. And during this interview, Loose Cannon said a lot of things regarding his role with Big U when they used to work together. He also revealed the call he got from Big U the day that Nipsey Hussle passed away.
We were doing a TV show like a while back, right? And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6-0. I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later, or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yep.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yep. And
you
we
like
were just
okay,
talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it, because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
and
just
30 minutes after you get off the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
Hey, that right there is hella suspicious on his own. I ain't gonna hold you.
a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early, because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And first he shot him. Boom, go into the alley, came back and shot him, boom.
Damn, I didn't know that.
It wasn't good enough, and then he came back and he shot him again. But now it's like
How did he know?
Yeah, no, but
that's crazy.
It's deep. So
let me tell y'all something. Me working at No Jumper, being in the building, I was there when this particular interview happened. And I understand the madness and the chaos this interview caused. I'm talking about people from every walk of life who probably is associated with people at No Jumper were tapping in. How could y'all let Loose Cannon do this? Big U's peoples was tapping in, sending legal notices like, hey, y'all sure you're trying to platform this? You know this is cap, right? But here's the thing, though. See, this isn't really the first time that this discussion of did Big U have something to do with Nipsey Hussle's death? This isn't the first time that this was discussed on platforms. Big U himself discussed it on No Jumper.
When Nip passed away, automatically Big U did it, or had something to do it, or did. And
by the way, shout out to the homies, man. Fig Me Word, man. Duno, T-Rail, AD, Pun. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Just be like social media, the investigator now come to your house like, hey, what's the deal, bro? You know what I'm saying? You did it. Like,
the suckers
damn.
switching too, because I seen when it first happened how they was man, that's crazy. Like I remember Uncle went live too, and he's sitting there talking about it. I'm like, that's crazy that y'all, if y'all really know them and you know their situation, they loved each other. Like,
bro, now you don't even got to go through that. We was just in every video. Like how we was beefing when all his songs, every album he put out, since we had the so-called altercation, he shouted me out.
Is that
he
true?
He got the goddamn keys to the city. Like what? Did he say? I want to be Big U. Oh no, we say Big U, like J Prince and Big Draws. And then I mean, like, what do you say? He shot me out of every song.
Even though he's been dealing with allegations that he's involved in Nipsey's death for a couple of years now, and he's no stranger to addressing it, he still had a problem with that particular No Jumper clip. Now, in the clip, Loose Cannon never said that Big U was involved. He never said
just
Big U
insinuated like a mug.
All he said was Big U called me 30 minutes before the incident, and he predicted Nipsey Hussle's death, and he kept it at that. But Big U still felt like that clip was damaging enough to where he needed to get involved legally. Loose Cannon told Adam that he has footage of him and Big U actually on the FaceTime having a conversation, and he was adamant that this was a real conversation that took place. But because Adam hadn't seen the footage directly, when Big U and his team of attorneys reached out and filed a cease and desist to No Jumper to remove all content accusing him of calling Loose Cannon 30 minutes before Nipsey Hussle's death, Adam was forced to oblige. He was forced to take down the clip.
What's that?
We received a cease and desist from Big U about some of your claims and Loose Cannon's claims, I guess, on this podcast.
That's
and
suspicious,
after
though.
having it
I ain't gonna
evaluated
hold
by our legal team, they told us that they thought it was a
Well,
good
it
idea
ain't
for us
that
to
it ain't
remove
real.
the
It's
episode.
just it doesn't make sense to fight it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna bring you the content just so you'll know he got the content. But I get it. It's
If
like,
you have the content, I think you should release it to the world so the world can see it, right?
well, it'll definitely come out. The people that's gonna come out through.
Where do you think this is coming from? Since
Just
you
put it
are,
like
you're
this.
an expert at psychoanalyzing Big U,
Put it like
aka
this.
Big Yusufer.
It's some people that paid 6 figures, not high, not low, not a 1, not a 4, but maybe a 2. That's in the Middle East. That wants the footage.
In the Middle East.
Why, I don't know. Now these same people.
Wait,
hold on.
The footage of Nip or the footage of the Big U phone call?
Listen to me. They want the footage of the Big U phone call. Now, how I know these people?
The Saudi government wants to own this.
It's not the government.
Okay.
These same people are the ones that have been trying to buy that other footage for years. So I think they feeling like if we purchase this, when it's time for dude to want to do what he want to do, if Wack gets out the way, we can purchase that.
To this day, we still haven't seen the footage. I don't know if the footage exists or don't exist. I don't know, but
Bro got
we
a lot
haven't
of
seen it. So
haters.
fast forward a few years later, Big U gets indicted for this RICO. Adam22 gets a visit from the feds.
So much for being fresh. If the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents. And when they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly the definition of fresh, but I got a crazy update. I'm going to do the good, diligent podcaster thing, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Lush and some surprise
This
guests.
man a
make sure you
businessman
tune in
for
tomorrow.
real.
22ster has got a big update. Tap inwardly.
Now, there's where things start getting interesting. Now, we all assume if the feds is coming to Adam in this particular moment after the indictment, of course they're coming because they want to subpoena the footage from No Jumper, right? That
That's
that
what we
includes
thought.
the unedited versions of Brick Baby and Loose Cannon talking about things the feds have interest in. Of course, they will want the unedited footage of the quote-unquote robbery and beatdown the feds are accusing Loose Cannon of doing outside
what
of
we
No Jumper.
thought.
No. When the feds show up, they didn't want none of that. They didn't have no interest in any of that. As a matter of fact, it don't even look like they have any interest in this particular RICO indictment.
What?
It looked like they are investigating something else. Because when they showed up to Adam22's house, they said, listen, you're not in trouble, man. We just want the cease and desist letter that Big U sent you.
But while I'm
Wait, why? Why just the, clearly they about to tie him in there.
in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me, she says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena.
Oh,
and
snap.
so she told him, like a ride or die would, she told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever.
Shout
I
out
forgot
to
what
his
she
wife,
told him.
though,
And
for
so
real.
I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I say, what should I do? I don't want to, handle the situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them. Especially something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense. This is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking, they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Brick or Loose were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something that Brick or Loose told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff.
Here's why this is a very scary message for Big U. See, when you read the indictment, they sprinkle in Nipsey Hussle all across the indictment. But they sprinkle him in weird times, as if they're trying to send Big U a message. Here's what I mean when I say that. Big U is not being charged with any crimes related to Nipsey Hussle. So it's kind of weird how much time the feds spent talking about Nipsey Hussle in his RICO. So the feds will document a 2008 altercation where apparently Nipsey Hussle and Big U were getting into it. A diss song was released from Nipsey's behalf. Big U didn't like it, so Big U pulled up on Nipsey Hussle to quote-unquote discipline him, and things went left. You know, Black Sam wasn't going to allow his brother to
we
get
know
touched.
that story.
Guns got shot, people got arrested.
We know
so the
that
feds
story.
documented that particular incident. If I'm Big U, I'll be concerned about how the feds followed up their entire documentation of Nipsey Hussle and Big U's relationship. They followed that up with, oh yeah, Nipsey Hussle was murdered by a member of the Rolling 60s in 2019. So you follow our entire history up just to say that. Are you trying to say something?
For sure, if they're calling him the leader, like they've been saying, and they say, you know what I mean, they easily gonna tie him up. That's, I mean, you know what I mean?
The feds would then follow this up where they document Big U's, and Nipsey Hussle's tumultuous relationship, saying, Nipsey was killed. We don't know who did it, but he was killed. And then they followed it up by quoting Big U from a wiretap where Big U was telling somebody that he's going to pull up and he's not retired yet from the gang. And you know what happened to the last person who thought he was retired? That's in reference, according to the feds, that's in reference to Nipsey Hussle, because like the beef and the chaos that took place between Nipsey and Big U was Nipsey was becoming sort of like the voice and the face of the hood. Big U has always been a voice and face of the hood for, as long as he's been alive. So that's what the feds are saying. Not Flacco, but the feds are saying that right there caused a lot of chaos and turmoil between Nipsey Hussle and Big U.
Oh, damn.
The feds didn't stop there. Bro, they spent a lot of time on Nipsey and Big U, which is concerning if I'm Big U. They would recall a wiretap where on December 31st, 2022, Big U recounted being bigger than any Rolling 60 members, including Nipsey Hussle. Now, on that same day, the feds will claim that Big U also stated if he had an issue with anyone, they would no longer be alive. You see how the feds set it up? You see how slick they are, bro? The feds don't just spend time talking about things in RICO that's irrelevant. For some reason, the feds believe that that's relevant. For some reason, the feds believe a cease and desist.
It ain't no for some reason. We know the reason, Flacco. Shout out to Flacco, man. You know what I'm saying? And basically, he don't give us the information. But basically, man, that's what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh, this is crazy. Clearly, first, let's say, Adam22, he ain't got nothing to do with, as per, like, he ain't no street nigga, so you ain't expecting him to, you know what I mean? And I don't think him giving up, the thing is anything, him giving up the what they call it, the paperwork, whatever it is, the cease and desist thing. I don't think, he's a civilian. He can do that, you know what I mean? Plus, like, you know what I mean? But this situation, bro, it's getting a little, you feel me? Like, cause real talk, like, shit, if they're trying to tie brother that, man, if they're trying to, bro, that's because, see, the way I see it, bro, the way I see it, though, you know what I'm saying? This is just from my perspective, bro. If they're trying to tie bro with that, it's probably because they wanted to kind of resonate with the public. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody asking that question, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them rumors that's been going around, you know what I mean? Yeah, we know who did it, but who sent the hit? Like, who sent the play? They say, oh, it's because bro, say woo, woo, woo. But, you know what I mean? A lot of people are not feeling comfortable with that. There's been a lot of, rumors and all that good stuff going around. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's interesting. You know what I mean? And this is the feds we talking about. You already know what they say, 99% conviction rate or 90-something% conviction rate. I don't know, man. Y'all can let me know what y'all think, because this right here, but, I mean, this is crazy, though. This is crazy. You feel me? I don't even know, bruh. This is wild. You know what I'm saying? I leave it at that. I just want to put this to y'all's attention for all my,